Hey Lucas, this is what I would do with something like this. Hopefully you did the investigation and using Shobi would have helped you a little bit. So it says for the function y equals b to the x, sketch the graph for when b is greater than 0 and when b is between 0 and 1. So what I would do if it was me, I would actually choose a value for b. So a b greater than 0, so I would use something like y equals to the power of x. Okay, and then if I want something between 0 and 1, then I could choose like y is, let's do 1/2 to the power of x. Okay, so that's what I would do with something like that. I would literally give an example, and then I would graph it. Okay, and if you have problems graphing it, use Shobi, enter it in, and then take the points and plot them. Then it asks, list the properties that are similar for both graphs. Well, after you have those two graphed, then you should be able to see things how they're the same and also how they're different. Okay, so hopefully that helps. Then if I look at number 2, it says explain what happens to the graph when you change the base. So they're saying what happens, and it gives you an example if I have y equals 2 to the x versus y equals 5 to the x. What happens to the graph? Okay, and again, you could look at Shobi to see what does happen, and hopefully, or maybe you don't have to, maybe you can see that now. Okay, then we look at the next one, explain what happens to the graph when you change the sign on the exponent. So for instance, if I go back to this same one that we were on, if I had that, if I change the sign on the exponent, in other words, it's asking what happens if it's negative x up here. Again, explore it, and as I said, you have lots of different apps if you're using an app, or you can actually go to desmos.com if you're on a PC. And then explains why you can never have y value of 0. Okay, so what they're saying here, what value in a sense of x will have this equal to 0? You think about that, but submit your stuff even if you're not 100% sure of your answers so that you're not clogged up with something. So hopefully that helps you a little bit get started on this journal.